Yeah. In this brief video, we will demonstrate how you can create a data flow and compare the data that is residing in two disparate data sets, one in a SQL Server and two in a Snowflake database. The primary intended audience for this are data engineers, business analysts, or quality assurance engineers. So let's dive in. To begin with, I'll click on the Data Flows tab on the far left. Now, I can create a new data flow. Let me call it AB3, and I want to use my existing sample EV as the server. Click on Save. This is the canvas where I can bring in my components to put my test case together. So as you can see, there is a JDBC driver. So I want to bring in my source system here. So I click on Save, and this database can be my SQL Server. So I want to select the AWS Microsoft SQL Server right here and click on Next. For the data set, I want to bring in the dimension of customers and click on Run. By running it, I just want to ensure that there is nothing wrong with the query and I'm able to view the results. The way DataOps Suite executes is it creates these two statements, one for a sample data set and one for the actual data set, executes it, and displays the results to the end user. So I should be seeing the results from this query in just a second. There you go. So it loaded about 18,489 records very quickly into Spark. Now, if I go back to the component builder, I have my source system, and if I want to bring in another JDBC source for my target, this is my target, which is a Snowflake system. I can remove this, and here I want to select my Snowflake demo as the target system. Again, the dimension customer is what I'm interested in. I want to click on Run to ensure that there is nothing wrong with the query. Look at these results, and then build my mapping component where I can match the data between the SQL Server and Snowflake. So here, 16,000 odd records got loaded. Now I want to go back to my diagram mode and bring in another component, which is the data compare component. This is the one where I can specify that my source is the SQL Server database and target is a Snowflake. I'm interested in comparing these various data sets. Click on Next. I can also specify what the unique key is. In this scenario, I will specify that customer key as the unique key and go to Run. When I click on Run, what's happening is DataOps Suite generates a series of tasks that it distributes to the server, and each of them gets executed. As you can see, there is a mapping validation which just got completed. In addition to that, there are various tasks like what is the data that is only in A, only in B, the duplicates, each of the criteria that we specify as individual jobs, and then tries to execute it. Once this whole set of tasks are executed, we should be able to see the status in the status column right here. As you can see, a number of them might be okay. Wherever there is a problem, that particular row will be marked as a failure. Let us give it a couple of seconds for it to run and show the results to us. So the full outer join is running right now, and the data that is only in A failed, only in B failed. The differences are still queued for the Spark jobs to be picked up. So the only one that's running right now is the full outer join. And once that is done as well, you will be able to see the results just like this, which is our end goal, to be able to compare the data that is in a SQL Server database to the data that is residing in a Snowflake database. You can navigate across these tabs to figure out where the failures are. You can click on this and drill down into the details as well to understand what happened. We hope that this video has been helpful, and thank you for taking the time to watch it.